It's a little closer to home, but actually has implications on the larger scale if you consider it. And this is an issue that was brought to my attention by my good colleague and friend Mike Thompson from California. Commander, I'm sure that you're aware that as a part of the U.S. Postal Service's efforts to get its financial house in order, they're considering closing 3,700 post offices throughout the United States. One of these offices that they're considering is in the Yountville Vets Home in Yountville, California. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because this is at a vet's home. It serves veterans. It makes their lives easier. I was wondering if you and the Legion has a position on the closure of this and similar postal offices throughout the country, and how do you think that this will affect our veterans?
Sir, the American Legion is an organization that we operate by resolution by our NECs or by our National Convention delegates. At this particular time, we don't have an official position to your question. However, American Legion being American Legion, we do have a lot of members who work for the Postal Office, and one of them is none other than our chairman for the VA&R Commission, Mike Helms. So, Mike, will you care to adjust that since you work for the U.S. Postal Service?
Thank you, Commander. Mr. McNerney, the American Legion is an organization guided by through the resolution process, like Fang said, and I have a lot of feelings about how the Postal Service could fix its financial future, but those don't matter here today. What we're talking about is service, and most importantly for the American Legion, service to a special group of veterans. California Representative Thompson made us aware, just as he did you, of the situation at Yountville Veterans Home. That's one of the oldest in the nation, and it currently has about 1,000 veterans who reside there. They represent every era of warrior from World War II to the present conflicts. Its residents range from those who are in the final stages of life to those who are trying to adjust to TBI and PTSD injuries from Iraq and Afghanistan. The post office in that facility serves these veterans and acts as a sort of town center. The Postal Service says closure of that office would save approximately $1,000 per year, and the veterans would only have to cross the railroad tracks and a state highway to get to the next nearest facility. This $1,000 in savings is part of the $15 billion in savings they need to find. The math doesn't make sense here. $1,000 in savings per year to bridge a $15 billion gap. Why are we going to ask our nation veterans, some with dementia and wheelchairs, to play a real-life Frogger game to get to the nearest post office? It seems we could cut out redundant post offices here on Capitol Hill and in other communities before we need needed these veterans to make this sacrifice for $1,000 in savings. The American Legion opposes this recommendation based on the impact it would have on these veterans. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you for that answer. And while I still have the microphone, before I yield back to the chair, I'd like to recognize the members that are here from my great state of